Hi everyone and welcome back to SanaA's garden, and welcome if you're new here. I hope you all are doing great. So a couple days ago I started a series here on my channel called as Waking Up My Garden for Spring, and this is the day 3 of that series. So it is 10th of March and the weather was really nice yesterday, about 10 degrees, not 10, early morning it was about 10 degrees, but in the middle of the day it was about 15 degrees, really nice and warm and very comfortable to do a lot of things. So I wanted to prune my boxwoods just so that we have a stable temperature and not near freezing temperatures at all. And I have checked the forecast for the next 1 month and it's going to stay well in between 10 to 5 degrees, so which is good. So I wanted to prune these boxwoods, cut the grass and also pre-sprout my ranunculus. So this is how my front flower bed is looking before I did anything to it. Just a little bit of scruffy growth here and there. I gave it a nice tight prune. I used the hedge trimmers for the pruning, and then I also cleaned up in between the stones. There was a lot of weeds and rubbish after the storm and dried and dead leaves and all that. So it was looking nice and tidy after this task was done, and this is how it's looking. This has taken up a really nice shape this year. I had to replace the 2 corner plants last year, but it's looking absolutely beautiful. It has taken 5 years to get to this stage, and the next task on my list was cutting the grass in my back garden. It had been really wet since, I don't know, last month, 1 month, but I really wanted to get this done on a dry day so that it's not messy. And it is supposed to rain today on 11th of March, so I thought I'll just get that done before we get any more rain. So the last task for the day was pre-sprouting my ranunculus. I have never grown ranunculus before. I really like the rose-like flowers. They're just so beautiful, and I just watched a lot of videos to get some basic information on how to grow ranunculus. And basically, if you want to be ahead of time, maybe about 2 or 3 weeks, it is good to pre-sprout your ranunculus. So what a pre-sprouting is, basically it's a process of soaking your ranunculus corms in water and then placing them in a shallow layer of moist soil in a warm location so that they can form their roots quicker. And it's also a good opportunity to assess your corms. If there's any dead or rotten or spoiled corms, they won't produce any roots, so you can discard them at an earlier stage. By pre-sprouting the ranunculus, the roots are formed way quicker than if you were to plant them outside directly in outside temperatures. So I think that's really beneficial. So these are called corms, and these are these weird looking star anise shaped things, and it is really amazing to believe that these weird looking structures will form those beautiful flowers. So I have this little container here filled up with water, and I'm going to soak all my ranunculus corms in this for about 3 to 4 hours. I soaked them for 3.5 hours, and do not let your corms sit in water for more than 4 hours. That may lead to rotting of your corms. And it's also nice to give a stir occasionally to the container so that the water is oxygenated. You can also leave the container under the tap with a slight trickle, but if you wouldn't want to waste the water, it's just change the water every 1 hour or so. I changed the water every hour, and I was giving them a stir every time I passed by the container. So that's how it went. Yeah, let it sit for about 3 hours or 3 to 4 hours, and then we can place them in soil. After soaking in the water for about 3.5 hours, this is how the Rananculus corms are looking. I definitely see a lot of difference. They have swollen up quite a bit. Also the soil has washed off from these corms, that's why they are looking lighter. And I have some multi-purpose just compost in this little tray. I have just moistened the soil. It's not soaking wet, it's just about moist, and I'm going to place all these Ranunculus corms on top of the soil, the tentacles facing down, and you can distinguish that there is a stalk or the growth point, the previous year's growth point, that one facing up and the tentacles facing down. I will place this tray in a nice and warm location, somewhere on a windowsill or just wherever it is nice and warm inside the house. And then once we see some activity or the growth happening or roots developing, I don't know how this is going to be. This is my first experience, so I'm going to wait about 2 weeks and then plant them out so that we have the Ranunculus blooming right about in the middle of spring, hopefully. Yeah, that's the plan. And I think I should have covered them up with some soil or compost, but I didn't have any dry on hand inside the house, so I didn't do it. Probably I'll do that next thing in the morning. This is the following morning, and this is how the corms are looking. They have swollen up quite a bit and are definitely showing signs of life. I do not see any corm which is not swollen up, so that's a good one on our part. So yeah, these were the tasks which I had planned to do yesterday, and I got them done. So yeah, that's it for this video, and I really hope that you all enjoyed watching this one and got to learn something from it. And I really hope that this video inspired you to get something done in your garden today. I shall see you with the new video hopefully tomorrow. Till then, keep gardening. Thanks for watching. Bye.